Okay, so here we gonna start here. We gonna hit the elephant in the room. You got 10 times out of a 24-hour spectrum to say niggas to wean yourself off of saying niggas every day. Or nigga. Or any type of variation of the word nigga, ninja. You can say everything else but what you really don't need to want to even continue to just add into the spectrum of your life, which is what the expression of it would be of as the word nigga. Now, see, in this dinner roll, and I say dinner roll because it's a dog eat dog world out there, and in this where perspective of these theirs, and this double entendre drift meaning. Excuse me, I have to take a little sip of my LaCroix. So life is just big, right? And you're trying to figure out where you're at in that mall. Remember, we still at that mall. We right here, but we don't know where we going. We don't know what general shop or food market or general vision of clothing department store or anything that where we're going to figure out where we're at in life. What are we doing? We going fishing. We going to the sports store. You know what I'm saying. You know, Dick sporting that big fives with Sports LA. You don't know where you gonna be at. You going hiking? What you doing? What's what we doing? And then you exempt what you feel is just what you know. Like this is some, this is some deep stuff. You watch where you looking at, watch where you stepping at, watch where you know, visual placement at so you don't get bit up or nothing crazy. And you mind your business, you know, and you'll live. Oh, that's nice, that's beautiful, let's go. You don't want to stick around nowhere too long, ever. And I don't know everything, and I don't know nothing, but I know something, and I know to do that. It saved me and served me well. You respect everything, including the wild, if you're ever in those type of situations. So you just want to mind yours, you know. If you're having fun, anything around you is having fun. All right, it's a fun world out here if you just make sure that you just mind your business. I'm gonna keep stressing that. Coming to you live from the world in Metropolis, rural nature. Mind your business. Back to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. America, whatever your time zone is. It's the teleprompter. It did me. Have you come to an existence of the next report? We're going live. It seems to be, Ted, there is an expression of visions of what we have been doing because life is so expressed and it's expressionalized and damn, OMG. Somebody get him some milk. He needs some milk, says the lady in the back. And the mad, upset man next to her pissed her off enough. Now she's thrived. Somebody get this on live camera. And I'm tired of you, Tasha. Tasha, baby. I know, and then these motherfuckers, they out here with this bullshit. They come down here, they spray that bullshit, and then I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm tired of all this shit, okay? See, you got James out here, all in his feelings, and I don't like that shit. Baby in the back, what is y'all in their mind or out loud? Because it could have been Kevin, Timmy, Sarah. You know, it's really like it's really like this interest, like, and I'm so. You know what? You know what? See, Sarah, baby. Everybody's every Sarah, every Tisha, every Tina, every Carrie, every Kara, every Leah, every Lene, every Leah, every Lita. You know, it's a lot. About three Kims, Shatoya, Tina, and another. You know, one of those, and Tima. And then she was, they all were, in their own eccentrically, vivacious, like, way exotic. And then there was another, like, oh my God, like, so then Kevin came back, right? It wasn't Ken, it wasn't Kevin, it wasn't Tevin, it wasn't Anthony. Hey, what's up? That's me. You're speaking to me. And then there was another, Tad and Ted and Todd and, all these different questions of quotients with Quintins and Quaintins and Quintans and Quaintins and you Quaintins? Yeah, if there's Oceanus in the world, there's Quaintins. You be like, what? How did you quotient? How did you get to this note of? Hey. So we're just gonna go past the fact that you asked a question with a quotient. Where's the numbers involved? Because part of my scroll is there's gonna be some digits and some quotients. Quotiently so in a probability 1 out of 10 times there is. This here is gonna be one for the record books. I think. Social comedy, 2026 from 2025, 2026 experiments of loaded moments. Guess what? Guess what? It ain't nothing to a bird that can fly, and it darn sure ain't nothing to a golden goose who can lay an egg, and it damn sure isn't into a questionless hedgehog who can dig a hole. So you know what? Swim on and just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. And you just never know when you get to your perspective of living life in a mold of what you can do to move and press on. Swim on, fly on, dig on. You have your own vision of life and move right along ahead, just one step above anybody else. Then you turned into Mr. Rogers and all that. I was like, oh, you know what? It's a beautiful, genial day in this neighborhood. And we live in a day for a neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? But don't do too much because then I'm going to have you sign the NDA because just like you, I don't need nobody up in my business and get at me sideways. So, with all respect and retrospective, let's love in a beautiful way. Hey, this is a song. When you put it together, you might as well say, hey, that's what I want at the end. I'm going to say the real lyrics. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? See how that goes? If you love thy neighbor, it was like, I used to watch that show. Let me tell you here, between Daniel the Tiger, Elaine the Princess, King Tuesday, and Prince Wednesday. Or it could have been the other way around. Sometimes they flip the script, and you be like, "Wait, hold on, you playing games?" That was that little mystery episode. Trolley. You be like, "Oh my God, I don't want to go into this tunnel. It's so scary." It's a 3 to 10. Like really? They're gonna be like, "Oh my God, what's in this tunnel? That why they playing those music like that? It's so it's gonna go from oh my God, it's scary to it's evil. What is that? Get out of that tunnel. Why is the little cute train going through the tunnel? This is just weird. See, it's something about these people. And it goes to there. By 10 and like 25, oh my God, I hate the world. But I love life and it's so beautiful. I'm so conflicted. Now that I'm 34, about to be 35, yes, praise God. Oh my God. Oh, You just don't know, but it's a life and expressed in its own self. Like, I'm just like trying to figure it out. Oh, there is a limit. just just keep no. I don't do that to people expressionally too much. So, you know, get that off of there. You just, you stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready. You just gotta move some shit out the way and just boop boop. That's it. And then like at past that, like you just like live life and just smoke it off. Cause I don't even play with these lives like that. Like that's not it. Like, but like no, all people can just have their own version. But that's it. Time for you playing with folks and shit. I don't do that. But back to the real story. The real story is just the fact that you ever turn into like that thing from Lilo and Stitch. Face just said, hmm. You know what? How do you do? How do you do that? Sound like Nicki Minaj and the man that work at 7-Eleven. You be like, wait a minute. I did not like that. And I'd be like, well, you know what? See, the thing is, it was just the expression, and then next, it's a whole thing. How did you turn into a Sri Lankan man? I don't know. My ancestral spirit. What? I'm just here, just like y'all, like shit, and I'm here, there, and everywhere, but right here, in Earth, America, soil, by accident. I don't know. I didn't get here on purpose, I guess. From my perspective, how I got here, me. I'm saying for me. I'm here. I didn't choose nobody. They chose them people they was with, and I'm boom. Hey, Johnny on the spot. I'm here. Yay! I'm into the world. I wasn't supposed to be here. From how people told me, I was gone from the beginning. But I'm here though. And I'm like, damn. Is that real? So then you sound like like you understand the world a little bit more now that you're in your 30s, and then you know it's this midlife retrospective. I've been heard this song so many times. You know what I'm saying? It's, everybody know when you say that. It could be every ancestral ethnicity. Ah, watch it. See, that was from across the street. I didn't even move my lips. Look, I was just so happy to talk, and I knew that part too. We both sang. We both singing it at the same time. It's funny. It's funny. Laugh a little. Live a little. Stop being so mean. So then, after that, it was some other stuff, right? And I was like, well, mm, excuse me, because the way this shit set up, you just never know and the stuff of that. So then back to the real story, it came back to the expression of what would you do when things go awry? What would you do when things? And then there's the other Elaine that lived in the tree with us. We got to her, and then Daniel the tiger. He was so soft spoken, the tiger. He was like the cowardly lion mixed with Kung Fu Panda before he got great. And it was like, wow. He turned into IP Man, and then Superman flew off and made a hammer and a car appear like Green Lantern. And that was it, and then more. And then he can control metal with his mind. And then you go real back into the, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the wonder and whimsy of KCET. I mean, PBS. I mean, KJLH or whatever it's called in whatever time zone it is. Because it might just be that general number retrospective. And they may just accidentally have those coincidental letters as the same. I know where KJLH it's a radio station in Los Angeles. It's 2.3. Like, play that good music and stuff. You know what I'm saying? 90s and today or whatever, 2000s and today and stuff. And you know, like so it's Uh, I want to put my music whenever it's ready for the world out there. Like God is ready for the world type vibes. It's every time because everything will be everything. You know what I'm saying? It's very contemporary, R&B mystic, materialistic. Like what I'm saying? The flow of the whimsical. I mean the whimsical. Exclamity of what was whimsamity, if you want to put that in the Webster so we can add that to another word. I think it's about number 8 now. You know what I'm saying? Indirectly, um, iridescently, not iridescent, but iridectically. So it's like an iridescent light that just iridentally, so I had those for that. And it was like a mixture of iridescent and evidently. Yeah, so yeah, y'all thought I forgot, huh? I didn't. I knew, and then I reminded myself that I knew a little more than I thought I did. Yeah, you can call that a real expectationless moment for that phrase. Can we get more for that? Cause I just want to rack it on up, and I need that, Jack. As I can tell, and as you can see, we would need that, please. Me and everybody. Me and everybody. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We know who we're living like. I know who I'm living for. I know that God did this. That's who I'm living for. That's who blessed me. That's all these things that are in my endurance of life, endurance of entrance of existence. Each and every day for a 24-hour period, for a weekly 7-day period, for a monthly 30-day period, for interesting living a life, for general indirect moments of coincidental things, but still even knowing that for this seasonal period of time, I'm in this moment of life, meaning living good, blessed, and how am I going to keep it stated? So past that, I look at that, right, and I'm like, how old are you? Shoot, 7. I have never, I have never in my life keep it down there, wake it up there, live it right there, live there. This is Brad Tinson on Bottom Line 8-9 TV. Like, oh God, I see what you did there. Yeah, well, once you get here, yeah, it's a breeze. What happened? No, I said once you get here, it's a breeze. It was because you gotta, yeah, and so you gotta breathe. Oh, I had you over there doing the chest dance and stuff. Mozambique. Yeah, I was like, wow, okay. I've been studying these little reels and stuff. They've been telling me stuff about homelands and motherlands and stuff like that, and life of living and all that, and the vision of what the retrospective is of how you are supposed to express life and the visions of what it is to have been doubtingly placed in front of you, so that every note of every motion of every expressed mending and living life that was just excused and not out for what was the retrospective and the other opposite thought process, and that meant nothing to people who didn't feel it, and that meant everything to people who felt it expressed. One for the other along that spectrum, and we bridging the gap because there's a few people in between that have their own feelings. Would you look at that? Then it goes into Pamplete Demwan in, que ore, What would you do? To that effect of it, you'd be like, what? Did you say something? Cool. You'd be like, yeah, I think so. You know, what time would you do? What you do? What would you do? What's your thought process? I got all the way down there for that introspective of it to etch it on down into the motion of a step. Cause I was like, beautiful life from life life. Best expression yet. Anything else? You can still ask, and I will state it, but what else was needed? I've been here for 15, 20, 15, 30, 45 minutes. Talking, if you want to hear it, keep hearing it. I put it on the live. And that's what God gave me to put it on my soul. And the bars I be on it all, get them on the go. And this is a new one. I have to put the bars at the end of my social commentary on the statement that was identified. Give you that loaded moment that put you on the getting bop. But then that's it with it, one it with it wop. But it sits up when they hit it. Not no whackness swap. If up, if it up, it's in it for the cat to sop. Wop it like some bread. You gotta sop it up. One dip it up. It this is on a knock him up. If wop, then some of this and bit of this we. One dip it up, it hit it so it hit, leave it pop off, it make you hit him so sleepy. One dip it introspective like it's deep, if and if it off it's it, you I'm born. If it coastal sun like me, I'm born. It's some worth for all it is and it's sun grown. From it, if on it is, I'm in done bum. Off it off it this and it stop that off it put the video and off that this on this and I've been pressed on like that. I've been recorded enough on them white back. Some been trying to get my bread like that. Got me on it cause the digital like that. Get your means, you got to get it, trust in God that won't whip it what it is, so it's up that up what we sit up it is, bring it up, yeah. From if it cause the praises he done bless, yeah. From if it what it is and it's best, yeah. If what this and up with this of it, that's yeah. Me on me, get him on the mindset. Me never know the one and there's another like that. But every minute put a did it, place it your bet. It's sending in and on the window of it your best. It's on it in and on the day that you been going depth. Then when it is it when it isn't when you feel that depth. Then it isn't on it isn't yeah it hit your soul. If I love it isn't but it hit it like it's depth that. One of them in it bring it up and how you sum it up. But often even off the profit and you profit up. Then it did it on proficiency. Fit it off it deep, clip it up it up it left it off it gets it real deep. And then it come and then it pop it right up. And of it and the sum of it and of it die up. Then your stocks they hit the one up in the rooftop up a little bit up it there's no ceiling that. One of it did it that money could want again it funny fucked off wood sort of up it this up in it but it and smear it like honey. One of them in it now if it is money. Near so don't get offended to little miss baby like if wanted to feel it or maybe play a partner honey. What this one if it did it, one if what a silent bunny. But if it in the minute one it lolly lolly buddy. And body buddy, stop it, buddy, guddies and body, waddies and body, lotties and bodies and dolly bodies, that you shot it, them boy, wanny bodies and what it consider, concentrate on what it's in this manny, panny, pintali, panny, canny, manny, nannies, honey, pintali, manny, nannies, and malicon, wanny, wannies, and stanny, manny, gannies, the blenders, candies, candies, and when it, dennis, and dennis, wanny, wannies, and when it like it's a chicken dinner, good night.